appreciative and so thankful for you guys. So let's get into it, okay? I'm going to talk about three particular things that I feel. You guys know I love you guys to death. I appreciate y'all's support. I appreciate you guys, just the way women have come together throughout this whole journey, and to see women supporting each other and women having each other's back has been absolutely amazing. So I'm always I don't ever want you guys to feel like you are misled, or that, you know what I'm saying? That you are being misled. Thank you, Ninja Bigo. You bought a badge. Thank you. That you guys are misled, or, so I'm always going to, want you guys to know what's going on and what's up. So anyway, long story short, three things that I want to talk about: custody case, Tank, and how I'm mad about these cravings that I ain't been able to get into. That was the third thing. I was like, man, I want to go to Connors. I want to go eat. I want to go do the stuff I want to do. But anyway, we'll get to that, and the importance of sticking to what you're doing. When you're saying you want to do something, sticking to that and making it happen. Okay. So that's why I'm going to talk about the cravings things, and still not going backwards, but staying on my journey and my focus. So first things first, let's get this out the way. Rozay, thank you. I see you bought a badge. Rozay 357. Thank you so much. So let's get to the first thing, biggest thing first, custody case. I love that you guys are looking forward to me being victorious, but guys, there's a lot of information that's been out that's not accurate. There hasn't been a decision. We haven't even really started trial yet. We haven't. Not really. We haven't. So I want you guys to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate y'all praying, and please continue to pray. I appreciate y'all praying. I know some of y'all been DMing me telling me you guys are fasting. Thank you, Peanut 9102, for buying a badge. But I would be remiss not to let you guys know what's going on. I don't want y'all misled in any way. So the fact of the matter is that we have not started trial yet, just so y'all know. Just for you, by Nakesia Sales, bought a badge. Thank you. I've turned in everything I need to turn in, and that I was asked to turn in. And it takes more than one person doing that. So we have not started trial. But please continue to pray, and eventually we'll get there. So I just wanted y'all to know that. Like I said, I don't want y'all to be misled, and it's a lot of reports out, and I don't think any of it was intentionally trying to stir up any trouble or just give false information. I think people were just hopeful. You know what I'm saying? I think people were just hopeful, and that's okay. Like, I'm not offended by it. I'm not bothered by it or anything, but I feel like I owe it to my supporters and my fans to let y'all know what's going on when it comes to that. So that piece. Second piece that I want to talk about is my son. So you guys know, especially if you've been following me for a while, right? You guys know that I love sharing parenting techniques. If you've been coming on my live, hi Brooklyn Winford, thank you for buying a badge. If you have been coming on my live, then you know that I'm constantly talking about sharing things that happen when it comes to me and my kids, and how I handle the situation. Usually I'm saying, hey, you don't have to do all that yelling. Don't let them get your blood pressure up. You know what I'm saying? Talk to your kids, have conversations with your kids. I share stuff like that all the time. So if you've been following me, you know that. Yesterday was another one of those moments. Eva Hardy, November 20, bought a badge. Thank you so much. So yesterday was another one of those moments. First, let me say my son is an amazing, and y'all have heard me and other people brag on him. He is that's why he got best manners last year. He is one of the most respectful. He's gonna open the door. He gonna make sure his sisters are good. He gonna make sure his mom is good. Anybody that comes to this house, all of them are always like, oh my gosh, Tank is such a gentleman. He's gonna be like, he will ask you 50 million times, you okay? Even when my manager is here, Miss Dawn, you okay? You need anything? You want something to drink? That's just him. He's an amazing kid. Landis Jackson 21, thank you for buying a badge. He's an amazing kid, okay? But what I will say is he's still a kid. And I think some of the narrative that I've seen, not narrative I'll say, but some of the comments that I have seen and people have been sending me, I don't know if people understand. For one, the point of the entire post was, one, the big things people miss, intuitively growing where your intuition is on point. That was a big thing that nobody missed. And I talk all the time about spending time by myself. I'm stronger spiritually than I've ever been in my whole life. And the things that I've done to get to that point. So a lot of people that went over you guys' heads, totally, some of you. M. Stevens bought a badge. Thank you. Then the other piece of it that I think you guys missed was, he didn't hide the pen. I didn't have to take 10 minutes to get out of him what he was doing with a pen. It took maybe not even 10 seconds, really. I said 10 seconds. It probably didn't even take 10 seconds. But the purpose in that piece of it was that my child knew not to lie to me, because he didn't. I asked him, what are you doing with the pen? It was, I know you was doing something with a pen. What you was doing with a pen? And then he showed me the paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you talk about a kid being honest, a kid being willing to, even though he didn't know, he could have gotten in trouble. He could have gotten on punishment. He didn't know. But I appreciate, and y'all ain't got to appreciate it because it ain't y'all's child. But I appreciate the fact that when I ask my child something, he's going to tell me the truth. Even if that meant he might have been about to get in trouble. He told me the truth. And some of y'all skipped all over that piece. Skipped all the way over it. And not only that, but then the next piece of the lesson was, I didn't fuss. I ain't yell. You don't have to do all of that with no kid. You don't have to. I had a conversation with him. Not saying you ain't going to sometimes, because sometimes we all be frustrated and tired. But most of the time, you ain't got to be doing all that yelling and fussing and stuff. And so I simply had a conversation, explained what it was. Don't do that. This is why you don't do things like that. 22 Nunu, thank you for the badge. And then we went on with our day. And the next slide in my story was us dancing and rapping together like we had already been doing before I stopped to get gas. So the thing is, he had asked me like a day before for these games. Could he go and get some games? So we then went to the game store and got the games. And guess what? In that moment, I said to him, see, son, all you got to do is ask. All you have to do is ask. You don't ever have to feel like you might have to sneak to do something. You can ask. And I don't know, again, maybe some of you parented in a different age, but for Generation X, let me tell y'all a little bit. These kids do Roblox. They do Fortnite. All these little games be asking for you to go to next levels and get certain little, I guess, special powers, whatever they be doing. They ask for card information. So, whereas back in when you were a child, you know what I'm saying? And even for me, it might have been on I took an extra pair of clothes to school to change when I got to school. Or I took a different top to school to wear. Or maybe I know my mama don't want me to wear no lip gloss, but I'm going to sneak this lip gloss to school. Or, I went here and played in my mama's blush right before I walked to the bus station, knowing my mama don't want me to wear any blush. Like, it's things that kids just do, you know what I'm saying? And try to get away with. However, over generations, those things change. So this generation is about games, Roblox, Fortnite, Sheen, all of that, okay? Ordering stuff online. That's what it is. It's just different. But we still have to be willing and understand where kids are, what this generation, what they do, and then correct it. That's it. I had so many people in my DMs talking about, girl, my niece had got my card and I had a $400 charge because they kept charging me. It's like I have so many DMs of stuff like that. And when it happened, it was kind of like, okay, it was kind of funny, but it was like, I'm going to make this a teachable moment. And that's what it was all about. So for anyone you want to do, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, everybody is trying to figure out this whole thing, parenting, and what that is like. Do what you want to do in your home. That's not a problem with that. Somebody said, I sneak lip gloss for sure. Point. It's the same thing, deception. You know you ain't supposed to have that lip gloss, but you took it. But again, what matters to me is that when I asked him, he gave me an answer. He didn't hide no paper. He didn't hide no pen. He told me what he did and showed me the paper. So I think that we need to see what those bigger pictures are when it comes to the lesson to be taught and the lesson to be learned. Period. Now, over here, how I run it when it comes to my kids, because you may run it differently when it comes to yours. I don't speak. This has been the most disturbing piece of me, some of the little commentary. So I'm going to address it. I don't speak negative things over my children. I don't. So for those of you who are taking something a 9-year-old does to go buy some games or think he finna go buy some games, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he's going to be a thief. Oh, shut up. Shut up. I'm going to say it just like that. Shut up. Okay, and maybe you grew up where your parents spoke stuff over you. You're going to be just like your mama. You're going to be just like your daddy. I don't know, because I wasn't there. But I don't allow that over here. Okay? I don't allow that over here. And that's some of the issues, is we be so quick to speak negative things over our children. Then we wonder why when they get older, they're a certain way, because you've been using your tongue to say negative stuff their whole life to them. Just being honest. So that was a little much. That was ridiculous. Not even cool. And y'all don't even be really telling folks to shut up. But I'm gonna tell y'all on that one, shut that one up. Period. Like, that's ridiculous. We're not finna make it no, oh, but so you finna be like this, or this how you better watch him. Shut up. Because what if everybody was saying, well, they should have been watching you whenever you was laying your window up as a kid, sneaking out and sneaking stuff to school? You gonna be a liar? You gonna be a thief? Like, that doesn't mean that. It's all about learning. Patricia and Ross bought a badge. Thank you. So please, not even just with my children, I'm going to say with anybody's children, whether that's your kids, your nieces, your nephews, your little cousins, whatever they may be, don't speak negative things over their life. How dare you? How dare you try to predict a negative future and put that into the universe on anybody's children? On anybody's children. Don't do that. Please don't do that. And if you've been doing it, again, with your kids, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, do a heart check and check yourself. Because it's not cool. It's not cool. Y'all know I'm a big whole person when it comes to kids being off limits. That's what, y'all ain't heard me. Any of y'all watching Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all ain't never heard me say nothing about nobody's kids on this show, outside of this show, because I just don't do that. And it's a no for me. And honestly, when I saw people sending me some of the comments, it made me think about, man, how appreciative and thankful I am that I don't do it because it wasn't done to me as a kid. So maybe some of y'all doing it because it was done to y'all as a kid. People speaking negativity over y'all. But it made me look back at me and how I was groomed and how I grew up. My mother didn't speak negative things over me. Maybe that's why I'm confident now and I feel like, I can do anything I want to do and I can be anything I want to be, because those are the kinds of things my mother was saying to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally went down memory lane. I was like, no, I ain't have nobody speaking negative stuff over my life. I didn't. So for me now, having my own children, I don't do that. I don't. I do what my mother did to me. I speak positive things. I speak life. Are you going to mess up, make mistakes? Absolutely. But let's talk about it. My mom, I've said this multiple times. My mother was never a mom to say, You don't say nothing. What I say goes, shut your mouth. She wasn't that either. She would let me speak. She would hear me out. And maybe that's why I'm good at it, expressing myself now. Because my mother allowed me to express myself. I still may not get my way, but she gonna let me make my little arguments. Well, this is why I think, and this is why, and then she'll sit there and hear me out. Then she makes the final call still. But she didn't shut me down. And that's probably why I'm able to be vocal like I am now and be confident in speaking and be confident in who I am because of how I was brought up. So this did make me go down memory lane. So thank y'all for that. But I am charging you to watch what you say about your own children, about other people's children, about your cousins, nieces, nephews, brothers, anything. Just be mindful of what you say.